Dear students, we are going to learn certain topics and examples for which we have concluded the theories in our previous lectures. Today, which are the topics that are going to be covered? The topics involved are examples based on camber for different road surfaces. So we will be talking about the camber. So let us have a brief discussion of camber. That camber is also known as cross slope. It is the slope which is provided to the road surface in the transverse direction to drain off the rainwater from the road surface. We have learned the concept of camber. That let us assume that this is a road surface. This is a road surface. This is the particular carriageway on which the vehicles are driven. So what will occur? If you zoom in, you will be able to see that the surface of road will be look like this. This is the part of shoulder. So whenever the rainfall water comes into the contact with the road surface, it will be drain off automatically due to having this cross slope. And this particular cross slope is known as camber. We have learned certain categories of camber. That if the road surface is provided of cement concrete surface and heavy rainfall is there, then the slope provided will be 1:50. In percentage it will be 2%. If it is of thin bituminous surface, then 1:40. If water-bound macadam is provided, then 1:33, and if earth road is provided in heavy rainfall, it will be 1:25. And for the same categories, if rainfall is of light category, then the criteria will be changed. The criteria will be 1:60, 50, 1:40, and 1:30. Now let us move towards the examples of this particular topic. So how can you identify that this is the example of a topic from camber, or this is the example which belongs from cross slope category? Then let us read this particular example statement. A major district road. This is the category of road of WBM pavement. We have discussed in the previous slide that the full form of WBM road is water bound macadam. So the road category is given, which is water bound macadam. This is the first information that we are getting from the particular example statement. The pavement width which is given is 3.8 meter. The pavement width is of 3.8 meter. So if this is the total 3.8 meter pavement width and this is the camber, so the camber will be half of the width. It will be 3.8 by 2. This is the first thing that you need to understand. Which is the what kind of rainfall area is given? It is heavy rainfall area is given. Rainfall area is of heavy rainfall. Now let us come to the particular table. If water bound macadam road is given, heavy rainfall is given, then the cross slope will be 1:33. So how can we calculate this particular camber for this particular kind of road? So let us do the calculations. How can we calculate? As per IRC, we have learned that as per Indian Road Congress criteria, we have learned that the camber provided will be of 1:33 because heavy rainfall area is given and road category is of WBM. So total pavement width by 2 will give the value of camber, and the category which needs to be considered is of 1:33. So if you calculate this particular, this will be called as rise of crown. What is crown? This is the crown. This is what we needs to calculate. Rise of crown will be 3.8 by 2 into 1:33, and the value we will be getting is 0.058 meter. So what are the tasks we have considered for this calculation of this particular example? We have evaluated that what is the pavement width, what is the road category, and which kind of rainfall area is provided. And by looking into this particular table, we have concluded that this is how the calculations will be done. And what we are calculating exactly? We are calculating the rise of the crown, which is also called as required camber. And this particular point is known as crown, which is the highest point on the road. Crown is also called as highest point on the road. Now let us move towards the next example. Here a state highway is given. What kind of concrete pavement is given? Bituminous concrete pavement is given. So it will be bituminous pavement. What is the pavement width? It is 7 meter. What is the rainfall area? It is low rainfall area. And you need to calculate the required cross slope. This only means camber or rise of crown. So camber will be the half of the pavement width, which is 7.0 by 2. Now we need to consider the category. Here bituminous pavement is given and low rainfall area is given. So let us move towards this particular table. Bituminous surface is given, which is this, and low rainfall area, which is 1:50 is given. So you need to put the value of 1:50. And if you calculate this particular value, you will be getting 0.07 meter as the value of camber or cross slope or rise of crown. So this is how you can calculate the value of camber. This is one of the most important topics which can be asked as a transportation segment. I hope you have understood the concept. Go through this particular table thoroughly and try to remember all these value. I have stated the shortcut keys to how to remember this. CBWE 50, 40, 33, 25, 60, here comes 50, here comes 40, here comes 33. You just have to put the value of 1:2 in this whole table. This will be calculated as heavy rainfall and this is low rainfall. This is the pavement category. This is how you can remember these particular values, and you just need to put the particular equation and calculate the rise of crown with respect to the edges. I hope you have understood the concept. Thank you so much. Students, we are going to cover certain topics and examples from stopping side distance. So whatever the topics we are going to cover, let us discuss about the same. We are going to cover certain important facts regarding stopping side distance, important formulas, and then the examples based on the stopping side distance. We will try to look at all the possible categories of examples. So stay focused. Let us throw some light upon the important facts. The equation for SSD is the summation of lag distance and braking distance. The equation for lag distance is small v into t. Here the t is reaction time as per IRC. the value of t is taken as 2.5 seconds, but in some cases it is also taken as 2 seconds. Vt, and the formula for braking distance is v square by 2 gf, where the value of g is 9.81 and the value of f is between 0.35 to 0.40. It may happen that sometimes the value of t and f is given itself in the example statement. So at particular time you need to consider the given values. If the values of t and f are not given, then you need to calculate the values based on your wisdom. You can take the value of t as 2.5 and the value of f between 0.35 to 0.4. So this is the basic equation of SSD, which is Vt plus V square by 2GF. Now there is one more thing which can be considered as an important fact that we need to discuss in detail, that there are two kind of lanes of roads which are given in the example. If two-way traffic is given, means the road is having both to and fro direction traffic, and the road calculation or road carriageway is of two lane. In case of two-lane two-way traffic, the value of SSD will be Vt plus V square by 2GF, like we have discussed earlier. But if the value is of single lane road, one lane is given and two-way traffic is there, one lane or single lane and two-way traffic, then the value of SSD will be of 2 times SSD. So you need to calculate SSD, and to get the full SSD you have to calculate 2 with SSD. So this is one other important fact which was required to be mentioned. Then another fact is regarding the gradient. Sometimes it may happen that the road on which the vehicles are traveling are having ascending gradient in this direction. The vehicle has to travel from this point to this point. And sometimes it may happen that the road is in descending gradient. The vehicle has to travel from top to the bottom. This is the descending gradient direction. So if the road is with ascending gradient, the equation will be Vt plus V square by 2G in bracket F plus N by 100, where the value of N is in percentage, which is gradient. And if it is in descending gradient, then you have to take the equation of Vt plus V square by 2G in bracket F minus N by 100. Here the value of n is always given if the case of gradient examples, ascending and descending examples are given. So these were certain facts which were compulsory to discuss. Now let us move towards the examples based on stopping sight distance. We will try to cover all the methods, all the three equation methods, so that you can have better understanding of SSD and you can calculate the examples by yourself itself in future. So let us move towards the first example. What is the given values? Calculate the safe stopping sight distance. This means this is the example of SSD. For design speed, the design speed is given as 50 kmph. This is the first value which is given. There are two criteria which are given. First is two-lane road, and second is two-way traffic and single lane road. We have discussed both the cases before few seconds, so let us go in detail. The first stage is two-way traffic on two-lane road, which is this. We need to discuss this thing. Here the value of V is given as 50 kmph, kilometer per hour. You need to calculate the value of capital V into small v, means this kmph needs to be considered and converted into meter per second. If you want to convert any of the values in meter per second, you just have to divide the value by 3.6 and you will be able to get the value of meter per second. So this is the converted value of 50 kmph into 13.9 meter per second. Now in this example, you can see that the value of t and f are not given. So you can take any of the values. Here we will take t as 2.5 seconds and the value of f is equal to 0.37. Make sure that the value we are taking for f is between 0.35 to 0.40. The equation of two-way two-lane traffic is normal, which is Vt plus V square by 2Gf. Here the V is 13.9, T is 2.5 plus 13.9 whole square by 2 into 9.81 into 0.37. And if you calculate these values, then you will get 61.39 meter. You need to write this particular unit, otherwise your half of the marks may be deducted. So this is the value we have got for two-way two-lane traffic for safe SSD. We have got the values of 61.39 meters. Now let us discuss about the second criteria, which is two-way single lane traffic. As I have mentioned earlier, that if the two-way traffic is given and this is written mistakenly, this is single lane road. If single lane road is there and two-way traffic is there, you just have to multiply the value of 2 with the previous calculated SSD. So 61.39 into 2 will give 122.78 meter for single lane two-way traffic. So we have calculated the value of two-way on a single lane as 122.78 meters. This was the basic example in which we tried to cover both the scenario of two-way traffic on a two-lane road, as you can see in the particular slide, and then we tried to calculate two-way traffic on a single lane road. Now let us move towards another type of example, which is this. Just try to read the example statement for 2 to 3 times. What is mentioned over here? Two cars are approaching from the opposite directions. Means one car is here in this direction, second one is here from this direction. The first car is having speed of 90 kmph, second one is having 60 kmph. Calculate the minimum sight distance required to avoid a head-on collision, to avoid the accident. Assume the reaction time as t as 2.5 second and value of f as 0.7 and consider brake efficiency as 50%. What does the mean of this brake efficiency? It means that whenever a person is applying the brakes, instead of applying 100%, the brakes will be applied up to maximum extent of 50%. So the brake efficiency mentioned over here is 50 kmph. Now what is the new thing you are getting over here? You are giving two speeds, vehicle 1 and vehicle 2. V1 is 90 kmph and V2 is 60 kmph. You have to convert this speed in meter per second. In order to convert this speed in meter per second, you have to divide this value by 3.6 and you will get it as 25 meter per second, and this will come as 60 by 3.6, so it will be 16.67 meter per second. What we have done over here, we have converted the vehicle 1 speed into km meter per second and vehicle 2 speed into kmph. This is the first step of the calculation. Now, as we are having two speeds, we need to calculate two SSDs. SSD 1 will consider the speed of V1 only, this speed. It will be Vt plus V square by 2Gf. V will be taken as 25. T is given as 2.5. 25 whole square 2 G. Now F coefficient of friction is given as 0.7. Now let us discuss about the new thing. friction is given as 0.7 and brake efficiency is 50 percentage, means only 50 percentage of friction will behave as the brake efficiency is 50 percentage. So the value we are going to take as F will be 0.7 into 0.5, which is the 50% of 0.7. It will be 0.35. So you will take 0.35 instead of 0.7, and when you calculate the value you will get it as 153.6 meters. This is the value of SSD1. Now we will calculate the value of SSD2. For SSD2 calculation, V2 is taken as this. So the equation is V into T plus V square by 2G into F. Here V will be 16.67, T will be 2.5 plus 16.67 whole square by 2 into G is equal to 9.8, and F will be again 0.35, and it will be 82.20 meter. After calculating the value of SSD1 and SSD2, you need to calculate the total SSD. SSD1 value which we have obtained is 153.6 and SSD2 we have obtained is 82.2. Cumulative it will be 235.8 meter. This will be your total SSD. Okay. What we have done is, in this example we have converted the V1 into meter per second, V2 into meter per second, F into 0.50 has taken as the brake efficiency is 50 percentage, converted F into 0.35, calculated SSD1 with considering of V1 value, calculated SSD2 with the consideration of V2 value, and then we have added both these value in order to get the value of SSD. So this is how the concept of SSD1 and SSD2 can be understood. Now let us move towards the next type of SSD example, which is about the gradient. Let us have a look towards this particular example. Calculate the stopping side distance on a road at a descending gradient. Descending means this kind of gradient, where the vehicle is traveling from top to bottom, this direction. The gradient given over here is n is equal to 3%. Design speed given is 80 kmph. Reaction time given is 2 seconds. F is equal to 0.30. Now remember, we have discussed that T should be 2.5 and F should be between 0.35 to 0.40. But in some special cases like this, where the gradient is mentioned, the criteria of reaction time and the brake efficiency may vary. On particular kind of cases, you have to consider the given values instead of the standard values. So what is given over here? Given values are V is equal to 80 kmph. We will convert it in meter per second by dividing of 32 3.6. We will get 22.22 meter per second. Now the value of T is given, which is 2 seconds. Value of S is given, which is 0.30. And you have to calculate the SSD for descending gradient only. Gradient consideration is also done, is only done. So you just have to put the equation of descending gradient, Vt. The equation which will be used for the calculation is Vt plus V square by 2G. Descending hai, if the descending gradient is given, so we will be taking minus n by 100. Here we will be taking as 22.22 to we will be taking F as 0.30 minus 3 by 100. why we have considered this value? N is given as 3%, and if you want to take it as percentage, you have to divide it by 100. This is the value of F, which is given as 0.30, and the value we will be getting, it will be 137.73 meters. What we have done, we have converted the value of V, we have put this equation, N by 100, we have taken 3 by 100, F we have taken as 0.30 minus, we have calculated the value. This is how you can do the calculation of stopping side distance. I hope you have understood this particular concepts very thoroughly. Try to calculate the more examples from Khanna and Gusto or R Kadiali or any of the reference books if you have for transportation engineering. I hope you have gone through all the examples very thoroughly. Try to repeat and revise these things by yourself in your notes. Thank you so much.